Recording now.
Thank you. I'm Matthew Komelski, or Dr. K, as my students like to call me at Virginia Tech. I teach in the Department of Human Development and Family Science. I teach human services and developmental science, along with a class on mind-body health, which we call integrative health practices. So it's a kind of a practice-focused class. So our students learn a range of mindfulness-based techniques that are being researched and used in the literature for self-care, as well as therapy and rehab. And so they learn to do the practices for self-care, but they learn a little bit about the research based on how practices are used in therapy and rehab. In addition to that, I coordinate with local clinics and nonprofits to set up programming. Right now during the pandemic, a lot of those have closed programming down. They don't have the resources to do any kind of online programming or the tech, so I'm trying to do some online programming as well. The ones that do have the tech and the resources, I work with them to get those things going. So I'm working with the Brain Injury Services Group for traumatic brain injury survivors. I'm working with some senior centers in the area to do some programming, as well as just a community program that I got started. And Samantha will share the link to our Facebook group. So if any of you are interested in what we do today and you'd like to join a regular program, you can find the enrollment form for that on the Facebook site. So feel free to follow up. So what we're going to be doing today is called Tai Chi Qigong. Tai Chi Qigong are the kind of warm-up or precursor exercises to learning Tai Chi in the system that I trained in China. So a lot of Tai Chi focuses, as we know it sort of popularly throughout the US, focuses on a kind of slow-moving choreography. But that can sometimes be frustrating to folks who have trouble remembering the sequences. And so as a sort of precursor to that choreography, there are sets of exercises that get you ready to learn it. So Tai Chi is very much like a language with your body. It's a lot of complex movement. So when you first start learning a language, you don't really learn it at the paragraph level. If you do, you probably won't understand it much. You're just going to be repeating sounds. And so a better way of learning Tai Chi, at least as my teachers taught me in China, was to focus on these introductory exercises that really get you to feel the flow of kinetic energy through your body. Sometimes that's referred to as Qi. If I use the word Qi, I just want you to know that I'm not talking about anything mystical or magical. I'm just talking about your everyday experience of how you feel. So we can think of it as your ability to feel kinetic energy, or emotional energy, or do you feel like you've got the energy to get through the day? Do you feel clear-headed, or do you feel like things are kind of foggy? The word Qi is just a word that's used to talk about how we feel. And so we don't need to make anything mystical or magical out of that word. All of my teachers in China and Japan have encouraged me to help people understand this is just an everyday word. And so if you hear me use that word, really think about it's really about what you're feeling in your body and how you're feeling. So these practices help people start to tune in to how they feel in their body. And sometimes the things that we stumble across might be pain or tension. And so learning to let go of those things that we can let go of, and learning to look for positive feelings in our body to help us balance out the things that may not feel so good. So as a veteran, of the Marine Corps, I have a lot of aches and pains. I've got a lot of arthritis in my body. So this has really helped me to manage that greatly, to look for things in my body besides just pain and stiffness and soreness and damage. So it's been a really great practice for me, and I hope you'll enjoy it this morning as well. I would say, the research base shows that it's good for working with chronic pain. It's also really good for just stress relief, just for learning to feel good in your skin. And so there's a lot that's going on right now that can leave us feeling anxious and a little bit stressed out. And it's important to acknowledge that, not to ignore it. At the same time, there's ways for us to look at those things and deal with those things in a state of mind that's going to be productive versus a state of mind that's just going to move us into a downward spiral. And so a big goal of the practice we're doing this morning is to try to get us feeling good in our bodies so that we can square off with those problems in life in a better state of mind. You all ready to begin? Let's get it going. So the first practice we're going to do this morning is just a simple check-in with our body. And you're welcome to do this seated or standing. So some of the folks that I work with, they can't stand because of their brain injuries or their age. These practices are tremendously adaptable. So if you have to remain seated, that's completely fine. Just check in with your sit bones, check in with your feet. Look for a gentle bit of length in your spine, almost as if you were being pulled up by a string from the top of your head. I'm going to stand in practice this morning because I feel when I stand in practice that my blood gets flowing a little bit better. But you can still accomplish a lot sitting in this practice. So in this check-in, we want to feel for that string pulling up from the top of the head, and then from that point on the top of the head, just above the spine, we want to try to relax down. So if you've ever done a body scan, something like that, you just move your awareness down through your face, let go of the tension in your eyes and jaw, relax down through your throat and chest, relax your shoulders and let your arms hang loosely. Relax all the way down through the hips and thighs and knees, all the way down through the bottom of the feet. Now we're going to build on this downward line of relaxation, which we sometimes call yin, like yin and yang, right? Yin. So we're going to build on this by bringing our hands into place. We're going to take our hands and just kind of feel from one hand into the other, almost as if you had a ball in your hands and you're just kind of feeling for the ball, or using your hands to listen, to feel, to sense. Then we're going to take our hands and we're going to begin scanning down from the top of our head all the way down to the bottom of our feet. But let's get started up here. So feeling into the scalp. And as you move your hands down, you're going to feel down through the face. Just using your hands to help you focus into your body. Down through the teeth and gums. Breathe naturally. And notice that on your out-breath, you may be able to let go and relax a little bit more deeply. So I like to take an in-breath and then do a slow out-breath as I'm scanning down, releasing in my stomach, releasing in my pelvis and hips, releasing down into my thighs and knees. And so here I'm going to do a gentle half squat, half bend, relaxing my back. If you feel like you can't go down because of any tension in your body or stiffness, you don't have to go down any further than this. Feel down through your shins, ankles, the bottom of your feet. And as you come up, engage your core gently, lifting from the tailbone up towards the belly button and squeeze in towards the small of the back. Breathing in, breathe out, and relax all the way down to the bottom of your feet. Lengthen your spine, and let's go again. Cleansing breath. Cleansing breath is the breath that we start with because we want to let go or wash the body, cleanse the body of tension, fatigue, get the joints moving slowly and gently. Down through the thighs and knees. And if you're comfortable, you can sit back into your heels, a little towards your heels, not too far back, and just relax your body down. Now I'm going to do the full physical position, but remember, you don't need to move in a range of motion that feels uncomfortable to you. But this is a kind of half squat, half forward fold with the knees bent. It allows me to open my back. You can do this in the chair, of course. My arms are here. When you come up, you're going to get dizzy if you don't engage your core. So it's really important when you come up, breathe in and lift from your tailbone Suck up and in from the bottom of the pelvis towards the belly button and back towards the small of the back. Pull in. Now breathe out and relax down to the bottom of your feet and lift here. If that makes you dizzy, don't go down as low. Make sure you're engaging your core and feel free to do it seated, okay? So you don't want to push yourself. Don't force yourself. One of our mantras in Tai Chi is no pain, lots of gain, okay? Train, don't strain. So you don't want to push, you don't want to force. You're looking for a comfortable range of motion. So let's do a couple more of these. You can pick up the pace, but don't move so fast that you're just doing the movement on the outside. Make sure you're moving your mind through your body on the inside, and you're looking to relax each segment of the body. Let's go again. Deep breath in, and as you breathe out, wash down through the face, through the throat, and the chest. If you need to say something to help you stay focused on what you're doing, then you can say to yourself, relax, relax, release, and just let go. If you need more air, pause and breathe in, and continue to try to find how that out breath can help you relax. When you come up, breathe in, engage that core, lift, and squeeze gently so that you feel the lower abdomen and the small of the back coming together. Breathe out, relax down, lengthen the spine up, and again. Scanning down, washing down, slowly releasing, just like the sun moving through the sky and setting off in the distance. Let the tension flow out of your body. Breathing in, engage that core. Like the cycle of sun and moon, you're just going to pass through this movement. Let it keep going. Each time you do it, you're trying to get a little bit deeper into the tissue. Look for things to let go of that you didn't let go of before, or if you let go and some tension came back in, take note of that and see if you can just release it again. Every time you do this, you deepen the connection between mind and body, and you start to develop a very deep sense of what you need to have active to maintain your structure, and what you're holding on to mentally, emotionally, physically, that you can just let go of, because holding on to things eats up a lot of our energy. So we want to let go. It's just our opening practice to let go. Let go, let go. So it's usually recommended that you go through this practice about 9 times, really focused on letting go. But sometimes when I'm training in China, I'll see masters practice this for 20 or 30 minutes. It's a very good practice in and of itself. But we always begin our practice with this, and usually about 9 times or so. You can begin any practice with this. I have some students who are also yoga teachers, and they'll begin their yoga practice with this in the morning. We'll do one more, make it count. It's the nature of the mind to wander, but this is a moving meditation. So just bring your mind back if you can into your body and focus on release. The focus of this first meditation is just letting go. All of those things that are out there that need to be dealt with, they're going to be there when you're done. Give yourself time to heal, just a few minutes this morning, and let those things go for a little while so that you can deal with them better when you're done. Let's engage that core one more time and let go. Now we're going to do what's called a closing breath, which just means we bring our mind back to the center of our core. From the bottom of our feet, from the top of our head, we come back to the middle of the core, just below the navel, Gently engage the abdomen towards the small of the back and relax and release to the bottom of your feet one more time. Back to the center of your core, engage and release. Good, one more time. Back to the center of your core, engage and release. Great, that was our cleansing breath. So now we're going to do a breath called gathering breath, but before we do that, let's wake up the bottom of our feet a little bit. So all we're going to do is put one foot forward and one foot back, and we're going to massage the bottom of our feet into the ground. Now when you do this, you may feel a little bit unstable side to side. If you're in the chair, all you need to do is just rock back and forth a little bit on your sit bones and just kind of wake them up so that you don't have any pain or fatigue or stagnation in your bottom from sitting too long. So you can just rock back and forth. So to wake up the bottom of our feet. Whatever you're rocking on, sit bones or feet, just feel the rolling of the pressure under your feet. Take that information in. If you feel unstable, take that information in. Don't judge yourself. As you practice this more, the stability comes. You don't have any tension in your body, but right now you may feel a little wobbly, especially if you haven't done this exercise before. We're going to change our feet now as you rock forward, step up, feet together, put the other foot back. The brain's used to moving at a certain rate of speed when you walk naturally. And so it has all the connections it needs to move at that speed. But over time, connections will prune away that are related to moving faster or slower or moving in ways that are different from our normal walking speed. And so this just helps us really rebuild those connections between mind and body, between brain and body, so that we feel comfortable moving at different speeds and just relaxed with our balance. Great. So switching back, we're going to start with our weight forward, and we're going to do what's called a gathering breath. It's just a breath to help us warm up our core and start to feel some strength in our body. So we reach out, and as we breathe in, we draw in below the navel, and we gently pull the core in and shift our weight back. So sucking back and in so that you feel the lower abdomen and small of the back are coming together. Breathe out and shift your weight forward and relax into your feet. And 1, reach. 2, pull. 3, hold that contraction. 4, breathe out and relax down. 5, lengthen from the top of your head and start again. 1, 2, as you pull, breathe in and contract the lower abdomen. Hold, release, relax, and lengthen. Reach and bring that breath into the body. Engage your core, bring your strength into the body. Now release and feel the flow down into your leg and lengthen your spine. Breathe in. Feel the compression in the lower abdomen. Breathe out. Feel the release down to the bottom of your feet. 1 more. Reach and breathe in. Feel the compression in the lower abdomen. Breathe out. Feel the release down into the foot. Step up. We're going to change sides. And again, if you're sitting in the chair, you can just rock forward and back with this exercise. I do want to give you a bit of a caution here. When you contract, don't contract up here into your diaphragm, okay? We're talking about a contraction that's, here's my navel, here's my pubic bone. So what we're working on here is a gentle contraction below the navel, so that it's not going to impede your diaphragm. You can still take a full breath in. If you contract up here, you may give yourself some cramps. You don't want to contract up here. It's down here. It's just a gentle, gentle contraction, lower abdomen to the small of the back, okay? Let's do a few more of these. We've changed feet now. I've got my other foot forward. Reaching out and breathe, engage. Release, relax down, lengthen that head gently, gently, like a string, like a marionette. Reach and pull, and release, and relax, arms relaxed, shoulders relaxed, everything relaxed. Reach and pull. Good, keep going at your pace. So normally, traditionally, when this is practiced, you might practice outdoors. If you remember this exercise, you can go out and practice someplace beautiful. These gathering breaths are meant just to help us feel a sense of connection with nature. So when you breathe in, you know you're bringing that oxygen into your body that nature creates. And you feel that strength in your core. And when you breathe out, you give back to nature what nature needs. So it's nice to practice this in front of a big tree or a forest or a waterfall where you can really smell and feel the strength of the oxygen coming into your body. The sense, waking up your senses. Breathe out. We'll do one more. Breathe in. And you can visualize that while you're practicing, even if you don't have a place to practice that's outdoors. It can still help to feel really good. Let's step up, feet shoulder width, and closing breath. So at Virginia Tech, we have this beautiful garden. And sometimes you may see me out there in Han Garden during the semester doing some gathering breath. I love to go there to do it because of the smell, because of the quality of the air. It's a great place to do a little bit of this kind of Tai Chi Qigong. So now what we're going to do, that we've kind of relaxed and woken up our core, warmed up a little bit, is that we're going to engage in an exercise that helps us feel a kind of flow in our body. And this flow is not unlike the flow you feel when you speed up and slow down in your car, or when you go up and down in an elevator. We're just going to tune into it and enjoy that feeling. So we're going to go back to our rocking, and we'll start with our weight back. And I just want you to imagine that your hands, that your whole body is in water, like you're out in the ocean, right? And you just kind of feel it on your skin. And what we're going to do is we're going to rock forward and push that water up onto the beach and feel out on your fingertips. Now, when you come back, engage your core like we just did. Breathe in and pull your belly in gently. Breathe out and push the water up onto the shore. And again, you can do this rocking back and forth in your chair. Breathing in, breathing out. If you want, you can find a moment of single leg balance. Once all of your weight gets back, just notice there's no weight on your front leg. Once all of your weight comes forward, there's no weight on your back leg. Breathing in, compress. Breathing out, expand, and let your body become light, like the foam on the waves. Breathe in, sink, back out into the deep, heavy ocean. Breathe out, push up onto the shore. Breathe in, sink. Breathe out, push. This time, step up both feet, and we'll change sides. Step back and sink back out to sea. Pull the wave with you. Breathe in. Breathe out. Push it up onto the shore. Feel all the way up with your fingertips. Sand, foam, and slowly back out into the sea. Solid, heavy, peaceful. Push. Go at your pace. If you feel unstable, it's natural. Over time, the stability will come. Don't be frustrated, just lose your balance, regain your balance, and keep moving those waves. It's like you're out there working for old man Neptune. I'm sure he pays better than many other positions. Breathe in, engage your core. Breathe out, push. And the last one. Breathe in, engage your core. Breathe out, push, and feet shoulder width, relax your arms down, closing breath. Time flies when you're having fun. I wish I had time to share a few more exercises with you this morning, but we usually finish with a little bit of a massage. And so our practice typically has 3 parts. 1, we get rid of the tension in our body. 2, we start feeling for that flow and warming up our body through gathering breaths and other kinds of exercises like the two that I just shared with you. And then we close with a little bit of a massage. And so bring your hands together. And you can just start by gently massaging the face and just kind of feeling into the eyes and the sinuses, and then back through the scalp. If you've got hair, which I don't, it might be hard to get your fingers through your scalp, so you can just massage like this. Yeah. Now, gently, gently over the back of the neck. Don't pull. You're just gently, like running a rake through fine soil. So just very, very gently. And now over your shoulders like this. Yeah. Very gentle. Don't pull hard. Good for the range of motion in the shoulders. Now we're going to do some patting. So if the patting is painful or irritates, you can rub instead of pat, okay? But when we pat, make it gentle. Don't leave a mark on your body. Shouldn't be hard. I want you to feel the vibration penetrate through to the bone. Focus on the bone like a tuning fork and see if you can feel the vibration moving into the bone. Breathe in as you go up. Now as you go down, I want you to focus on the muscle like you're dusting off a carpet and let go of any tension in the muscle. Let the tension go from the muscle. Let's change sides. Focus on the bone. See if you can feel the vibration penetrate to the bone. Breathing in, breathing out. Now focusing on the muscle like dusting off a carpet. Let go. Let go of anything you're holding on to. Very good. Focusing on the hips and the pubic bone. Feel the vibration in the bone. Now let go from the muscle. Let go, let go, let go. Focused on the bone. Moving up the ribs and up the arm. Now dusting off. Let go. Breathe out. Breathe in. Focus on the bone. Breathe out, release from the muscle. If you want to rub the back, you can. If patting irritates your back, don't pat. Breathe in, look up. Focus on the bone, breathe out. Let go. Deep breath in. Now we're going to let go, going down the legs. Release the tension in the muscle. Breathe in as you come up, engage your core. Pack into the bone. We'll go down the backside. Let go. And breathe in, coming up, engage that core. Going down the outside. Let go. Breathe in, coming up, engage that core. Deep breath in and out. Breathe in. Gently feel into your core and see if you can find a sense of strength, some get up and go in there. Feel your connection to the ground. Feel into your heart center, see if you can find a sense of peace. Do you feel more relaxed? Check in with your mind, what we call the upper dantian in Tai Chi. Do you feel clear-headed? If you can find clarity and peace and strength from your practice, then you have a pretty good practice. Thank you all for inviting me to join you this morning. And if what we did interests you, I'd love to have you with us in our community program. And feel free to follow up. I know we're right on time here, so I got to let you all go. But if anyone's got questions for me, I'm happy to answer them, or you're welcome to follow up with me. So thank you. I think you're muted, Sam.
Thank you so much, Matthew. That felt great. I've never practiced that before, and I loved so much of it, and your cueing was wonderful. I'm not seeing any questions come up in the chat, but a lot of gratitude. Is there a way for us to learn more? Michelle just asked, and I am going to put a Facebook group that Matthew talked about just a little bit at the beginning, but if you'd like to share briefly again, just for those who weren't here, that they can register via this Facebook group.
we have a very inexpensive 8-week summer program that's getting started tomorrow morning, actually Tuesday. So we meet Tuesdays at 9 a.m. For an hour, and we'd love to have any of you with us that would like to join. It's a basics program. So the exercises we did today, plus some additional very gentle exercises that are geared towards opening up and circulating parts of the body that sometimes get gummed up with stress. So I'd love to have you all with us.
All right, I'm just putting basics program Tuesday, 9 a.m., nominal fee. Check out the Facebook page above. Thank you so much. We had 79 people moving this morning. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. And let me say lastly that I'm working with some senior centers. So if any of you are doing outreach to older adults, I'm working with the senior center out in Giles County, and they would love to share the programming that we're doing. It's all seated. It's for seniors who are in respite care. I think they're looking to reach out to other programs to share programming with them. So far, the seniors are really enjoying it a lot. And so we'd like to really get reach out. So if any of you are dealing with older adults, respite care, senior centers, things like that, it's a short 30-minute program that we're doing with them. So I just want to put the word out about that. Feel free to follow up with me by email, to share my email. I'm happy to make connections. Thank you so much for the opportunity, Samantha.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful start of your week, and we'll see you next week for healthy social media use during the pandemic and beyond.
Sounds good.
Thank you all. Have a great day.